Hey y'all, it's Burgess Taylor, or Journey with Burgess Taylor. I've been changing a few things. I took a little bit of time off. My brother passed away on March 25th. My mom and his girlfriend were worried about him. He had not returned some phone calls, and that was not the norm. So my mom came out here. I was in the middle of editing a video, and my mom came out here and asked me if I would take her to go check on him. Well, I had a bad feeling. That morning, earlier that morning, I had gotten up with David and made coffee, and David and I had some coffee together, and I felt fine. Well, I laid down after David went to work and went back to sleep because I was really tired. And between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, give or take, I woke up straight up out of the bed, felt extremely nauseated, and was in immense pain. And I sat up, put my feet on the floor, and as soon as I went to stand up, I know this is probably TMI, but I projectile vomited. I hardly ever vomit. I washed up, cleaned the floor, all the stuff, got back in the bed because I was in this immense pain and very nauseated, drank some ginger ale, and I went back to sleep, and I slept until like 2 o'clock. So I was running late with everything and was trying to get video done for Patreon and for YouTube memberships. And that's when my mom walked all the way out here that afternoon. And my mom is disabled, so her walking, that was a big effort because it hurts my mom to walk like that. She has a walker and a handicap thing, and I had a bad feeling though. Had a really bad feeling. I'd been feeling all day, not just sick and nauseated, but just something was wrong. And I thought maybe it was because I had like the flu or COVID or something, you know? Yeah. I said, no, I'll go. I'll see if Doug will go with me. So my son went with me, and we went. We found my brother. He was in the hallway, passed out. He was in the hallway and had passed away. Had been gone for several hours. I called 911. We checked for a pulse. My brother was already stiff and very cold, and it was very traumatic. But better me and my son than my mom, who had just lost a husband a few years ago to cancer. That was her second husband that she'd lost. My father died when I was really little. I was 7. My brother was 4. My stepdad, was awesome. And we were very blessed. My daddy was only 31 when he died. So my mom was 28. So now she'd lost another husband. Now she's lost her son. Not to mention the fact that she lost her parents and some siblings, nephew, and quite a few. We've lost a lot of family members over the years. So I took a break. It's been a rough time. And I have circles under my eyes. I'm not getting enough sleep. But I need to do some things. I need to get some things done. I still have to pay bills. I still have to do things. And I need to get back to work. And I thought maybe the best way to do that is I had planned out a coffee chat. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. And I do have some notes written down. But I thought it was important to just kind of talk, to just chat. So in the beginning, because I tried this coffee chat like 3 or 4 times, and I could not get it. Just could not. I talked all over myself. I had extremely long pauses. I was crying, sniffling. It was it was an ugly mess. So we're going to see if we can get through this without me being an ugly mess. And we're going to talk. I found a quote that says, creativity is not always meant to express something happy or good. There have been links for a long time. It's very well known, the link between mental illness like depression and anxiety and creativity. As a matter of fact, studies say that anxiety and depression can stimulate areas of the brain that control attention, analytical thinking, and abstract ideas and thoughts. What they don't advertise a whole lot is the fact that studies have also shown that frustration and anger can actually fuel creative tendencies and ideas. It's our brain's way of dealing with those emotions. And I think sometimes, and I'm going to say this. I wrote it down in my journal. I wrote it down for this. We need to stay creative in spite of what's going on around us. But there are other times when we need to be creative because of what is going on around us. I think I'm in the middle of that. I took quite a bit of took a whole week off, pretty much. And then this week, it's been hit or miss. I've been trying. I got a video up for Patreon and for the YouTube membership. It's been all over the place. I'm all over the place. Everything is all over the place. If you have sent well wishes and everything, I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Some people have even donated. My brother did not have insurance. My poor nephew, my oldest nephew's handling everything. And so we have had a few people send my mom a little bit of money. We've had a few people send my nephew some stuff. I have had two friends reach out and send me a little bit to help, so that I could I'm taking my mom shopping to get my mom an outfit for the service. I ordered a pair of slip-in shoes, really comfortable, because lately I've been falling and I've been very clumsy, and I know it's because I'm tired and sinuses and my equilibrium's off. So I'm just wearing a sundress and some slip-in sandals. Nothing like, we're talking they look like the Adidas slip-in sandals, only they're red and leather cork. Very inexpensive, nothing fancy. Because one of the services we're doing at a beach, and for friends and some family that live where we grew up, which is a couple hours away from me. And then we have a service that's more for family, that's more of like a potluck kind of thing. And we're doing the services next Thursday and Friday. So I won't be going live, but I do want to get back on a schedule. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is how planning or journaling through a rough patch, when you've suffered loss or any kind of loss. It doesn't have to be that you lost a loved one. It could be that you lost some freedom and independence due to a physical illness or a mental illness, or due to quarantine, or it could be any number of things. We all go through struggles. We all go through some kind of loss. And I think there are times when we do experience these rough times. It could be anxiety, depression, it could be chronic pain, it could be job loss, whether it's long-term or short-term. We have different times in our life, different seasons in our life. Some are more positive, some are negative, some are somewhere in the middle. And I think it's important that we talk about these things. It used to be that mental illness and a number of other things were taboo. People didn't talk about them. And when grief, I think it touches all areas of our life, and it's hard and it's hard not to be affected. And they talk about the stages of grief. What they don't tell you is there's no script for it, and you don't go in order. The stages of grief start with denial. Denial? I mean, hello. You're going to start right away with denial. Most people do. Not everybody. Then you have anger, you have bargaining, depression, acceptance. Like I said, I mean, you don't necessarily start out with denial. You could start out with anger. You could start out with depression. But denial is going to be in there somewhere. And I've been flip-flopping around between all of those. It doesn't seem real. I have pictures of me and my brother right here. And I've changed a few things around up here. But I feel like I'm in this weird spot. People talk about losing a parent, and I've lost two fathers, my daddy and my stepdad, my daddy and my dad. I've lost grandparents. I've lost aunts and uncles and cousins. My mom has lost a son. They talk about when you lose a child. What people don't talk about very often is when you lose a sibling. And that is a relationship like no other. No other. So I'm struggling because I feel this immense amount of sympathy and empathy and all the feels for my nephews and for my mom. My brother and I grew up together. We lost our father when we were really little. My brother used to climb in the bed with me when he was really little. And we would lay back to back when it was storming or he had a bad dream. And I would comfort him. He was my younger brother. My brother had just turned 50 in January. But I don't want to make this whole thing about this. I mean, I've lost my brother. My mom has lost her son. My nephews have lost their father. My kids have lost their uncle. Victor has lost his great uncle. He didn't, I mean, and he had just lost one of his grandmothers last summer, the end of the summer. Our family's going through a lot. And I need to keep myself sane. I need to process. I need to create. I need to get back into the land of the living. I can't wallow in all of that. I can't stay in the bed watching Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime. I can't continue to have my knapsack with all of my journal stuff with me on the bed in the bedroom and not be filming. But I've needed to do some of this for me. And I have been doing some of this for me. It's been cathartic. There are times during the day when I feel numb, when I feel sadness, when I feel overwhelmed, when I feel immense pain, when I'm stressed and angry, and when I feel stuck, when I feel guilt, when I feel loneliness. And then the denial comes right back. So in order to kind of process everything, I have had to plan out some things. I have had to do some things, and I am going to have to plan out some things. I'm going to have to get back into the land of the living, and that is something that I need to do. So today I have paid some bills. I've talked to a friend. I set up a Venmo. Like, I didn't even know what that was, really. I have filmed. I have to go run a couple of errands while this is hopefully uploading. Hopefully it will not take me very long to save. I am not going to be doing a lot of editing with this video. So if you hear noises in the background and stuff like that, I apologize, but I cannot continue to try to do this video 3 and 4 and 5 more times after having attempted it a number of times already. So I am going to make a plan so that on the 22nd, which is Earth Day, I'm going to go live at 4 p.m. I'm going to make it an effort over this weekend and the beginning of next week sometime to figure out how to go ahead and set up the live on YouTube for the 22nd. And then I'm going to hopefully go live again on the 29th, which is also Thursday at 4 p.m. And I'm going to make sure that I have those. I want to get those so I know how to set them up because I've never really done that. I just kind of go live. And then I share the links, but I need to take a picture and do some stuff. I've changed my website from journeywithburgess.com to burgesstaylor.org. I've changed Instagram. I have changed the Facebook group to Journey with Burgess Taylor. I have not changed Twitter. I don't know that I will. I only use Twitter a little bit. I'm not a big Twitter fan. And I have Discord, I think, with Journey with Burgess. But I don't like Discord. Discord gives me a headache. It makes my ADHD go crazy. It's like Trello, but worse. I've finally gotten kind of used to Trello. I still don't like Trello. I liked Ning. But anyway, I don't have any of those. Like, I need to figure out a system later once I grow more. And maybe that will be Ning. We'll see. But anyway, I have some things that I'm going to be doing. Hopefully I'll go back in May to being live on the 13th and then the 27th. So after April, it will be every other Thursday. And then I think on Tuesdays, I'm going to do every other Tuesday a coffee chat. And the other Tuesdays will maybe be a plan with me because I need to get back into all of this. And I use a bit of a hybrid system between a bullet journal and a planner. And I'm also going to be setting up my spiritual journal, Book of Mirrors, Working Book of Shadows, whatever you want to call it. Book of Spirit, I think, is actually probably more of what I will call it. It's a Book of Spirit. I'm going to be doing that. The longer version will end up on Patreon and YouTube memberships, and the shorter version will be here on YouTube because I think it's way past time that I got more serious about what I'm doing. I've been taking a lot of notes and writing a lot and reading a lot and doing some things, but I haven't It's been a while, and before when I set it up, I had no idea of what I was doing, and it's not the way that I would want it now after learning quite a lot. That's some of what I've got planned. I had planned on participating in the Doodle Wash prompt challenge for this month, but it's been crazy since the 25th of March, and yesterday was 2 weeks since my brother died. So I'm hoping that by the end of this month I can get a studio tour up. I've got to finish organizing and cleaning. I've got a piece of furniture I'm going to exchange again. And we'll get to more. I'm going to be doing some things, working on some things, and we'll see how things go. Like I said, I am in the process of getting back into the swing of things, finding my mojo again, sort of. I am back to planning and journaling. The journaling's a bit hit or miss. Right now, have set up, now my standard traveler's notebook has become my personal text journaling, where it's more like Dear Diary, so I can get some of this out. And that's pretty much it, I think. I don't need to make a very long video, but I just wanted to let you know. Thank you all so much for your well wishes. Thank you so much for being here, especially if you made it to the end of this. And I will see y'all again soon with another video. Hopefully I will have a video up on Tuesday, and it will be a plan with me. Hopefully I'll be able to do a plan with me Tuesday. It'll be a little bit late for the week, but I'm going to actually show you my process, because I do use a hybrid system between bullet journaling and planning, and it's what I found that works for me. I know a lot of people remember or found me through Omni journaling. I'd have to say that my planner bullet journal, the Hobonichi, the whole one, I do all of the things in here. I do some journaling. I just don't really, it's the more journaling, like art journaling, document your life journaling, goes in the Hobonichi AVEC. And that's because it can bulk up. It's half a year. So if I add all the bits and pieces into that, it doesn't matter if it gets chunky. Whereas when you use one notebook, when it gets chunky, it gets very unwieldy and hard to work with. Like I said, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I will see y'all again soon. And thank you so much for all your for all of you who've reached out. Me and my family greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Bye, y'all.